Welcome back to Soul of Jazz. Before the ad break, we enjoyed some good soul classic. But right now, I think that it is about time that we jazz it up just a little with our jazz moment of the week. If you're still tapping your feet after the tune has long stopped, then you should know that you just listened to a good jazz moment of the week. Gona nong ke nako ya gore re yeng re go bona gore puisano ya ka le our artist of the week e tsamaile yang a re yeng teng. I am now sitting next to our man of the hour and our artist of the week who needs no introduction because we were born into his music. Our parents were born into his music and his music will also last a lifetime. Sipho, welcome to Soul of Jazz.
Thank you, Bongi M. Thank you. And to your viewers as well.
Yes. Sipho, 51 years in the industry, that is a very long time. Right now, when you look at time and you reflect, do you wish maybe if you could have started earlier or later, or your timing was perfect?
It's very difficult to tell because I had not intended to become a musician. So I'd always wanted to be an academic, but for some reason fate dictated otherwise. So whether it was earlier or later, it's a very difficult point to make.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm grateful for everything that happened within those 50 years that I've been. You know, the challenges, the experiences, and going through all the things that, you know, one would not have imagined would happen as, you know, one was trying to travel this, you know, this route that was very mysterious.
So, Mr. Mabuse, what would you say if you had a timeline on describing the evolution of South African soul and jazz? What would you say it has progressed to?
You know, every music for me is determined and dictated to by what its youth or a particular generation, you know, consider it to be. I have always believed that every generation has its purpose. Music will always evolve around. I don't know if the young people are able to relate to soul and jazz music as we do.
Yes.
We related to it in a different way, and of course there are those who came before us. They also had their way that they were relating to that music. So we should always not be confined to or always trying to be to hoard the space, you know, and believe that ours was the only correct one.
Yes.
We should allow it to evolve.
Yes.
And you rightly use the word evolution, and that's the only thing that we can be happy for.
I'm interested in what you just said now, and I want to touch on it, that the different generations relate to soul and jazz differently. So what was your generation's relation to soul and jazz?
Our soul and jazz was influenced by, sadly, you know, still today, that music, or maybe for some reason, it's still the music that people, you know, learn from.
Yes.
I mean, if we speak about jazz in South Africa, you'd have spoken about Winston Mankunkungozi, you'd have spoken about Philip Tabani, Dr. Malombo, Abdullah Ibrahim, and you'd have spoken about John Coltrane, Charlie Parker, and so on. And still today, they are still the musicians that everybody's talking about.
Yes.
So even about soul music, we had people like Babsi Mlangeni, we had people like Mashatini, you know, and people unfortunately or fortunately, there was Miriam Makeba, there was Kaifas, there was Jonas Kwangwa, and people still relate to those musicians. I don't know who the young people relate to in the same level as we refer to those as our icons.
Yes, well, that is very well said. So now 2017 Joy of Jazz, you will be gracing the stage, and how does that feel?
Well, you know, playing Joy of Jazz is everybody's dream. You know, it's every musician would love to be part of a Joy of Jazz. And I've been privileged in a way that I've done Joy of Jazz
couple of times. And
every time I
and
get
we are
invited,
not complaining at all.
And I look forward to another performance.
Yeah. And you are part of the workshops that the Joy of Jazz were hosting, which is the Geleza Clever workshops, which is going to communities and imparting your knowledge onto them. So it's kind of like an opportunity to bridge the gap between the two generations. Judging from maybe the interaction and the questions that you were asked, you know, during those workshops, you know, how does the future look like for our soul and jazz industry?
You know, I must say I was pleasantly surprised that the attendance was incredible.
Yes.
I mean, when you see young people come to this, it only indicates the level of curiosity, the level of wanting the knowledge, you know, and the kind of questions they were asking as well was quite relevant in that they can only learn from Geleza Clever, because if they don't take what we impart from our own experiences, what is it that they will be taking beyond what we've given them?
So, Mr. Mabuse, you have been in the industry for 51 years. You have national and international fame. Are you still wanting more? Is there more to expect?
Do I still want more? I'm still doing more.
Because you are a dream of someone who is starting off. So if where you are now is where someone wants to end up, so what is more? What more can we expect from Mr. Mabuse?
They must respect their craft. They must be determined. If this is what they've chosen to become, then they must work hard in ensuring that they put all the energy and the focus on it, and ensuring that, and be willing to take the challenges that come with it, because it's not always smooth sailing.
Yes.
Every other musician that has played, remember, I'm just one of the other people that have done music even way beyond me. I mean, there are the Huma Sikelas, the Gwangwas, the Abdullah Ibrahims. They're still there. They've made music longer than I have. Yeah. I think I'm probably privileged that I have actually gone on up until 50. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Mabuza, thank you so much for sitting down with us right here on Soul of Jazz. But before we let you go, I have to put you on the spot. In 3 words, please tell everyone at home, what does soul and jazz mean to you? You can tell them right there.
Soul and jazz. It's soul music. It's jazz. It's the spirit of the heart.
Oh, I love that. That deserves a high five.
All right.
Thank you so much for spending time with us.
You're
and we
welcome.
absolutely cannot wait for more from you. And we love each and every single effort that you make to fly the South African music scene higher.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, hope that you enjoyed my sit down with our man of the hour and our artist of the week, Mr. Sipho Hotstix Mabuse. Please don't go far, because after the break, we still have more beautiful soul and jazz music under strict orders to give it to nobody else but you. We'll be back after this.
All right.